And good day, Auburn. I am Dina and we are at the 41st annual quilt show for the Foothill Quilters Guild. And I just had to stop by this one first. If you take a big, wide look at this and then you go into each square, you'll notice it is basically a block by block of every month. And so if we go through and we see where we are now, here we are, September back to school, but we're not far from Halloween. How cute is this one? This one by Pat Boynton, and she says it's her husband's favorite quilt. I think that's one of mine too. But we do want to tell you more about what we're doing here this morning. This is a show, the 41st annual, that you can come out to, members of the public, to come enjoy these beautiful items that are on display and also help support a nonprofit. So we have Colleen Voet, who is the president of the Foothill Quilters Guild, correct? Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, thank you for having us. So first, let's talk about this event in its 41st year. What exactly will be happening here this weekend?
Well, mostly we have about 300 quilts that we're showing. We have some from a featured quilter who's a special one. She has about 20 or 30 herself.
Wow.
We have vendors, and they're around the outside edges. We have raffle baskets and a cafe.
Okay, there's a lot to stick around and stay for.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this particular section here of quilts. This is obviously a nod to America and to our veterans as well. So talk about what we're seeing with these.
Well, about a year and a half ago, we moved our meeting place to the Veterans Hall in Auburn. And so we thought, you know, we need to thank them for letting us be there. It's a great place to meet. Yeah. And so we had what we call a challenge, which is the challenge was to make a patriotic quilt. And a lot of these, probably not all of them, but a lot of them will go to Quilts of Valor, which is a national organization that provides quilts to service people and veterans who've been touched by war.
Wow.
And the smaller ones may not, but the bigger ones, big enough to wrap somebody in the quilt.
And you said your own husband actually received a quilt similar to this?
My husband got one a couple of years ago at a Quilt of Valor presentation, and he said it was the first time he'd ever been thanked for his service. And he was crying.
Oh my gosh.
But he cried a lot.
Well, that was definitely a moment in time. I'm sure that was worth it. For you and your family. Thank you for his service. And so if anyone wants to come out to the event this weekend, it will be held today and tomorrow. Tell everybody where we are and the hours so they can come support.
And we love to have people come.
Yes.
We're at the Parkside Church in Auburn, which is off of, on Richardson Boulevard.
Okay.
Richardson something. Anyway. And the hours today are 10 to 4 and tomorrow 10 to 3.
Okay, wonderful. And again, this is a great nonprofit doing a lot of work in many spaces. So coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we will introduce you to some more folks here with the Foothill Quilters Guild and show you around. And I'm going to highlight some more very impressive pieces of art. All right, we'll be back on Good Day right after this quick break.
The art of quilting is alive and well in the Foothills.
Yes, indeed. And Dina is in Auburn this morning, giving us a look at some of the cozy quilts and also learning how they're going to help our local veterans.
Half hour, we learned about those quilts made for our area veterans, which is just incredible. And now we're in a different space. This is actually the small quilt room. And you'll notice these are more of the art pieces on display, not quite like the large quilts we saw in the last half hour. So we have Marilee Drake and Molly Korb with us this morning. This is the 41st annual quilt show here for the Foothill Quilters Guild. So ladies, good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Good morning,
First,
everyone.
let's just talk about this place is popping. We just saw a lot of people walk through the doors. What exactly is happening here today and tomorrow?
We are showing off the quilts that we've made the last 2 years, both, again, traditional, modern, and our art. And we're open from 10 to 4 today and 10 to 3 tomorrow.
Okay, wonderful. And Marilee Drake, let's talk to you a little bit about this particular space of quilts. Yours is actually right over here. There's some people in the way, but you're telling me the smaller quilts are more of those art pieces that you hang on the walls. These are not necessarily the things that you stow away in a closet.
Exactly. And I think with the art quilts, we're inspired by different things. And I know my inspiration is the confluence here at the American River and a special bridge that goes over the confluence. Right. And maybe they'll move. If not, it's fine. But there are a lot of things that inspire us: people, places, things, our environment, or just a fun idea that we're able to carry out in fabric. Yeah. And a lot of the art quilts, in addition to being made with fabric, they have beads and they have paint and they have dye and all kinds of things to really make them special.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk also about the guilds, the different guilds. All of the proceeds and many of the fundraising items that are going to be available for folks this weekend helping to go back to the community, and that is a really big part about why the groups of you all join together in the guilds to help the local communities as well. And you've done things from help fire victims to even babies.
Absolutely. We do placemats for our senior citizens at Holiday. We have, as you said, the fire victims. We've taken care of Los Angeles, Paradise, Chico. We've done a lot for those. Pillowcases. Oh my heavens. Pillowcases by the boxfuls are going out to our community. We saw the veterans, and we welcome people to come and enjoy it. This is really community centered.
You know, there is another thing that as we get older, we're all aware of. And in order, as you get older, to stay healthy, you need to be connected in a social way. And I think that's one of the valuable things that the Quilt Guild provides to the community is it's a place to bring together some older folks so that they have something fun to do and fun to get together with their friends.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So again, the show is going to be held today and tomorrow here in Auburn. We're going to have all the details, the location, and where you need to head out on our website, gooddaysacramento.com. Come out, enjoy the artwork, make a few friends, and build that local community in Auburn this weekend.